U.S. and Iran conflict. Live updates, The New York Times. Both President Trump and Iranian leaders signaled their willingness to end hostilities. In a flashpoint for the rebellion against big tech, Sonos sues Google for patent infringement, Ars Technica. Sonos showed Google its tech years ago without realizing they would compete. Harvey Weinstein was told to stop using his cell phone in court. Now, he wants that judge to recuse himself, CNN International. Harvey Weinstein's defense attorneys filed a letter Wednesday asking the judge in his sexual assault trial in New York to step aside after the way he admonished the disgraced film producer for using a cell phone in court. Federal appeals court upholds bar on Trump's public charge rule, NBC News. A court blocked the Trump administration from enforcing a policy making it easier to deny legal status to immigrants deemed likely to use publicly funded programs such as food stamps or housing vouchers. NASA finally rolls out completed core of its massive new rocket, The Verge. NASA has rolled out on the completed core section of its massive new rocket. The Space Launch System is here. The core stage, manufactured in New Orleans, Louisiana, is now heading to Mississippi where it will undergo a crucial test. Never-before-seen virus may be behind mystery outbreak in China, Ars Technica. Investigators have already ruled out SARS and other obvious culprits, officials say. In photos, SpaceX launches third batch of 60 Starlink satellites to orbit, Space.com. Iran plane crash. Tehran won't give Boeing or U.S. black boxes, BBC News. Iran says it is not clear who will analyze the data recovered from a crash that killed 176 people. NFL wildcard round mic'd up. I can't read, can't write, can't do math, but I can compete. NFL 2019 wildcard round mic'd up. Subscribe to NFL. http jdmp/1lo boo. Check out our other channels. NFL Vault http www.youtube.com/NFL Vault. NFL Network. Samsung's new external SSD has a built-in fingerprint reader for extra security, The Verge. Samsung's new T7 Touch external SSD, which was announced at CES 2020, adds a fingerprint reader on top of the device for added biometric security. It's also twice as fast as its predecessor, the T5. Two rockets reportedly hit Baghdad Green Zone a day after Iran missile attacks on U.S. targets in Iraq, CNBC. Two rockets hit Iraq's capital, Baghdad, on Wednesday, a day after Iran launched missiles at bases housing U.S. forces in Iraq. Multiple reports said. The Dow Jones Industrial Average paired gains following the reports. Bed Bath & Beyond shares plunge after earnings miss. Company withdraws fiscal 2019 outlook, CNBC. The company's new CEO Mark Tritton called its third quarter results unsatisfactory in a statement. Puerto Rico earthquake. Roughly two-thirds of island without power amid dozens of aftershocks, CNN. Roughly two-thirds of Puerto Rico remains without electricity. Many still don't have water and frightened residents were staying outside as a series of aftershocks rocked the island following a magnitude 6.4 earthquake. Carlos Ghosn. Reports of my escape are inaccurate, CNN. Carlos Ghosn admits he broke Japanese law when he fled the country for Lebanon last week. But not all the reports of his stunning escape are true. The former auto executive told CNN Business. Jorge Masvidal welcomes the chance to resurrect Georges St. Pierre's career only to break his face. MMA fighting. Jorge Masvidal would be interested in a fight against Georges St. Pierre if the former welterweight champion considers coming out of retirement. Ottawa shooting leaves 1 dead, 3 in hospital. Enjoy the videos and music you love. Upload original content, and share it all with friends, family, and the world on YouTube. Twitter is bringing Twitter's experiments in threaded conversations to its main app, TechCrunch. At last year's CES, Twitter introduced its first public prototype app, TWTTR, dubbed Little T, internally at Twitter. The app allows Twitter to develop and experiment with new features in the public, to see what works and what does not. The app's main focus, Takata airbag recall, rears its ugly head again. This time for 10M cars, CNET. The cars being recalled this time were among the first recalled initially and repaired with also faulty parts. Australia fires. 7 things everyone should know about the brush fire disaster, Vox.com. Australia is enduring a hellish brush fire season. Here's how to help. Will Lamar Jackson change the NFL? Yahoo Sports. Lamar Jackson changing the NFL. Good luck finding another Barry Sanders who can throw the football. How Ruth Bader Ginsburg is trying to check the conservative majority, CNN. Ginsburg, the 86-year-old four-time cancer survivor, has resumed an active role in oral arguments and regularly asks whether the Supreme Court should even decide the legal issue before it, a frame that could limit the conservative majority's power. Oscars to go hostless again for 2020 ceremony on ABC, Hollywood Reporter. With a month to go before the awards show, ABC Entertainment President Carrie Burke made the announcement Wednesday at the Television Critics Association's Winter Press Tour. Prince Harry and Meghan to step back as senior royals, BBC News. No other royals were consulted before the couple's announcement. The BBC understands. Will the Browns learn from previous mistakes when hiring a head coach? Sports Illustrated. Cleveland is the only team left without a head coach. It's long been time for the team to invest deeply in a head coach. Will the franchise do it this time? Another wild snow squall could clobber New York City, New York Post. Strong gusts could fuel a brief blast of powder, creating poor visibility and dangerous traveling conditions. The NYC emergency management officials said. Trump impeachment trial. Democratic senators break with Pelosi on withholding articles of impeachment, CBS News. Speaker Nancy Pelosi said Tuesday that she would not deliver the articles until seeing Senate rules for the trial. Cosmic rays are starting to tear apart this Milky Way satellite galaxy, LiveScience.com. IAC to sell College Humor, which will cut most of its workers, Bloomberg. Justin Bieber battling Lyme disease and winning, TMZ. Justin Bieber will reveal in his documentary why so many people thought he was battling deep depression. Double-checking the science. Ocean acidification does not impair the behavior of coral reef fishes, phys.org. Sometimes it helps to check the facts. You may be surprised what you find.